Hey, it's BJ. This is very basic Bible. Hey. Um, I've never done that in my life. Hey, until I started doing these videos. I'm gonna do a Bible quick topic. Look up a Bible verse. Why not? Read through it. Look some stuff up in it. I just happen to be on Ruth chapter 4 because I've been going through the book of Ruth. So here, I'm just gonna start reading. I mean, it's here. Ruth chapter 4. I will read 16 through the end. Why not? All right. Here we go. NESB should be right here. The NABRE. I'm not Catholic. That doesn't matter. It's a good translation. I like it. All right. Naomi took the boy, cradled him against her breast, and cared for him. The neighbor women joined the celebration. A son has been born to Naomi. In quotation marks. They named him Obed. He was the father of Jesse, the father of David. These are the descendants of Perez. Perez was the father of Hezron. Hezron was the father of Ram. Ram was the father of Aminadab. Aminadab was the father of Nahshon. Nahshon was the father of Salma. Salma was the father of Boaz. Boaz was the father of Obed, and Obed was the father of Jesse, and Jesse became the father of David. Okay. You're going to laugh at me. I saw this word, breast. What? No, hey, I'm not a pervert. I am a sinful man. I agree. Okay. Move down. Close that. Oh, but let's just look. Okay. Actually, this might be a good chance. I'm going to type right here. Watch this. No. Actually, we will not do that. We'll just look over here. Christian Standard Bible. Why not? Let's see. All right. 49:25. By the God of your fathers who also by the God of your father who helps you, and by the Almighty who blesses you with the blessings of the heavens above, blessings of the deep that lies below, and blessings of the breasts and the womb. The heavens above, the deep that lies below. I would say heavens above is like the sky and the rain because you get rain from the sky, but the deeps below, I don't think they usually talk about deeps as in maybe vegetation and stuff. Usually the deeps is like people are in the deeps, like dead people. um, the blessings of the breasts and the womb. I believe this is a blessing. Full chapter 49:25. Jacob's last words. Then 49:1. Then Jacob called his sons and said, "Gather around, and I will tell you what will happen to you in days to come. Come together and listen, sons of Jacob. Listen to your father Israel. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my strength and the firstfruits of my virility, excelling in prominence." Okay. Simon and Levi are brothers. Their knives are vicious weapons. May I never enter their council. May I never join their assembly, for in their anger they kill me. Oh, man. But I will disperse them throughout Jacob and scatter them throughout Israel. No good. I guess. I mean, Judah, your brothers will praise you. Your hand will be on the necks of your enemies. Your father's sons will bow down to you. Man, that's pretty good. Where's this whole thing about Zebulun will live by the seashore and will be a harbor for ships? Okay. Issachar is a strong donkey lying down between the saddlebags. What's that mean? Okay, so these are blessings. He's telling them what's going to happen in the future, kind of blessing them, kind of prophetically. But some of this stuff was like this wasn't a blessing up here, was it? Simon and Livy, their anger is cursed. Their fury is cruel. I will disperse them throughout Jacob. Okay. Where was that thing? Okay, Control F. Look in the bottom left. We'll type. Okay, right here. Joseph is a fruitful vine beside a spring. Its branches climb over the wall. The archers attacked him, shot at him, and were hostile toward him, yet his bow remained steady. And his strong arms were made agile by the hands of the mighty one of Jacob, that's God, by the name of the shepherd, that's God, the rock of Israel, by the God of the Father who helps you, by the Almighty who blesses you, by God, by God. It's because of God. All is because of God. Why is Joseph a fruitful vine? Because of God. Why did the archers attack him? Yet Judah's bow, an archer has a bow, remains steady because of the mighty one of Jacob, God, because of God, the rock of Israel, because of God, the Almighty who blesses you, God, God, all because of God. That was it. And by the Almighty who blesses you with the blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lies below, blessings of the breast and the womb, the blessing of your father excel the blessings of my ancestor and the bounty of the ancient hills. May they rest on the head of Joseph and brow on the prince of his on the brow of the prince of his brother. May people rest on the head of Joseph because Joseph has it's gonna be a steady vine. His arms are gonna remain strong. He's with God. So may people rest on him on the brow of the prince of his brothers. It's a little confusing. And right here, the blessings of your father excel the blessings of my ancestor. Who is Joseph's father? Jacob. Who is Jacob's ancestors? Abraham and Isaac. So Abraham and Isaac had good blessings, but Jacob has even better blessings. So Joseph, he's got wonderful blessings from his father. Joseph got better blessings from Jacob than Jacob got from Isaac and Abraham. It's like just God keeps giving us more and more and more. So blessings of the breast and the womb. Okay. So those are blessings, I guess. You know, could it mean like, ooh, my wife looks nice? I mean, Song of Solomon, we'll probably see. Uh, I bet what it more is, it's talking about a fruitful vine gives you food to eat, and and it makes you happy, right? With wine and such. It feeds a lot of people. The archers attacked him, but he remains steady. So defense, he remains alive. He remains able to withhold. Okay, all because God. The blessings of the womb would be kids. If you have more kids can work for you. They make your life joyful. They can take care of you, and they work for you. They're not your slaves, but um, they carry on the family name. They help the household. They work for you. Yeah, they can take care of you when you're older. When you pass away, your name gets passed on through your kids. They're a blessing. They hopefully carry on what you want to do. Breasts, we'll see later, possibly, are about kids need nourishment, right? People need a vine to make them to eat food, but to drink wine and make them happy. People need attackers so they stay alive. People need milk from their mom's breast. So when they're little kids, they stay alive. And we need kids to take care of us in our old age. So Joseph, when there was a 7-year famine in Egypt, everybody came to Joseph and he gave all of them food and kept everyone alive. Joseph was able to do that. Evidently, he's going to continue to do that. Yeah, breasts. That's kind of okay, guys. Let's go down the breast piece. The breast piece. Why breast piece? Because they wear it on the breast. The priest wears it on it. Let's look. All right, and onyx along with other gemstones for mounting on the ephod and breast piece. You wear it hangs over your shoulders. Maybe it wraps around, but it's right here. These are the garments that they must make. Garments, a breast piece, an ephod, a robe, a specially woven tunic, like a shirt, a turban, and a sash. So I guess a breast piece, you got a sash, a turban, a tunic, a turban. I mean, a, a breast piece. Yeah, that's what the priest. This is all stuff for the priest. Exodus 28:28. The breast piece. It copied. It repeats itself. 28:28. Exodus 28. Exodus 28. Exodus 29. Exodus 28. Look at this. Take the breast from the ram of Aaron's ordination and present it as a presentation offering before the Lord. It is to be your portion. Okay. You take you don't take the leg meat of the ram. You don't take meat from its head. Not much meat on its head. Maybe from its rump, from its breast. Lots of meat on an animal on his breast. I'm from the South. We eat fried chicken. People say, what you want? A wing, a drumstick, a thigh, a breast piece? Yeah, yeah. Everybody wants a breast piece because it got lots of meat. I like the drumstick and the thigh because it has a good, just with fried chicken, just the right amount of meat to the right amount of fried chicken skin. Not the skin, whatever the crunchy stuff is on the outside. We call it the skin, right? I'm in the South, but people want the breast of the chicken because it's got lots of meat. God's saying, give me all the meat from the ram of Aaron's ordination presented to God as an offering. It is to be your portion. Remember, they give it to God. Sometimes they burn it all up, sacrifice. Sometimes it's for them. God, they give it to God, and then the priests get to eat it. I think that's what's going on there. 29:6, 29:27. Consecrate for Aaron his sons the breast of the presentation. Consecrate it. Set it aside. That is presented. And the thigh of the contribution. Okay, so the thigh. So you're giving parts of the animal, right? Let's find a making a breast piece. I made a breast piece, breast. Let's just get out of here. Okay, Leviticus. Oh, the priest is to burn the fat on the altar, but the breast belongs to Aaron and his sons, the breast of the animals, right? Yeah. Right here, I have taken from the Israelites the breast of the presentation offering and the thigh of the contribution from their fellowship sacrifices, and have assigned them to the priest Aaron and to his sons as a permanent portion from the Israelites. Priests have got to eat, right? Priests don't make money, they don't trade, they're working in the temple all the time. People give offerings to God as part of their payment, they get to eat some of it. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Move you over, BJ. Space. Okay. Psalm 1. There's one. All right. It was you who brought me out of the womb, making me secure at my mother's breast. Whole chapter. Wait. Control F. Okay. Uh, I am a worm and not a man, scorned by mankind, despised by people. Everyone who sees me mocks me. They sneer and shake their heads. He relies on the Lord. Let the Lord save him. Let the Lord rescue him, since he takes pleasure in him. It was you, God, I'm guessing, who brought me out of the womb. Who else brings you? A doctor, I guess. Making me secure at my mother's breast. I was given over to you at birth. You have been my God from my mother's womb. Yep. When you're a baby, what do you need to survive? Today we got formula, we give baby bottles. Back then they didn't have formula and baby bottles. Why do you think being a mom back then, especially, sorry guys, why do you think being a mom back then especially was a full-time job? Baby didn't have a mom, baby didn't have food. Job, why not? Why did the knees receive me? And why were there breasts for me to nurse? Oh, because, all right, Job's opening speech. All right, I'm going to go back to Job 1 and 2 real quick. All right, Satan tests Job. On the day okay, where have you been, Satan? Very well, okay. One day when Job's sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house, a messenger came to Job and reported. So his sons and daughters are there. They're up partying. A messenger comes to Job and reports while the oxen were plowing and the donkeys were gazing, the Sabians swooped down and took them away. They struck down the servants with a sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you. He was still speaking when another messenger came and reported, God's fire fell from heaven. It burned the sheep and the servants and devoured them. And I alone have escaped to tell you. All his cows gone, all his sheep gone, most of his servants are gone. The messenger came and said, the Chaldeans formed, the messenger was still speaking, okay, formed 3 bands, made a raid on the camels, took them away. They struck down the servants. All his camels gone. All his stuff is gone. But his kids are partying. He was still speaking when another messenger came and reported, your sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. Suddenly, a powerful wind swept in from the desert and struck the four corners of the house. It collapsed on the young people so that they died. Everything Job has gone. He's still got the house he's in, I guess, but his kids are gone. Most of his servants are gone. What is Job? Job stood up, tore his robe, shaved his head. He fell on the ground. He's mourning. Tore his robe, shaved it. Ah, why has this happened to me? Ah, naked I came from my mother's womb. That's true. And naked I will leave this life. Okay. The Lord gives and the Lord takes away. He's saying the Lord did this. Up here, it seems it's Satan that does it and that God lets Satan do it. But, Job, he's a man like us. The Lord gives, the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Okay. All the stuff Job had got taken away. Let's see. Um, the Lord, skin for skin, Satan answered, a man will give up. Okay. He is in your presence. Okay. So Satan left the Lord's presence and infected Job with terrible boils from the soles of his feet to the top of his head. Boils hurt. So Job got nothing left. Look at this. His wife said to him, are you still holding on to your integrity? Curse God and die. All he has left is his wife who tells him to curse God and die. Dude's in pain, lost all his family, all his stuff. His wife is telling him, to forget about God and to curse God and just die, Job, die. Okay. Now, what does Job say over here about breast? Control F. Okay. Job is very sad, right? I mean, you would think he would be. Okay. Why was I not stillborn? Why didn't I die as I came from the womb? Dude's depressed. Why did the knees receive me? And why were there breasts for me to nurse? Knees to receive him when he was born. When you're born, and the doctor says, hey, it's a girl, and the doctor takes the baby with his hands. Okay. Why did hands receive Job? Well, Job didn't have a doctor. I believe needs to receive him is a metaphor, kind of like you take the baby, a person has a baby, and they set it on the mom's knees, or maybe the nurse's knees. Surely the baby doesn't fall out and land on somebody's knees. They probably take the baby and set it on the knees. Why were there knees to receive me? Why were there breasts to nurse? If there were no breasts to nurse the baby Job, he'd have died. Then he wouldn't be experiencing boils. He wouldn't be experiencing his sons dying, all his stuff being taken, his wife giving him very bad advice and telling him just to die. You see, Job is very depressed right now. But let's look at another use of breast. Okay, not exactly other, but this all right. Song of Songs 4-5, full chapter. How beautiful you are, my darling. How very beautiful. Behind your veil, your eyes are doves. Eyes are doves. Your hair is like a flock of goats streaming down Mount Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of newly shorn sheep coming up from washing, each one bearing its twin. You ain't got all your teeth are nice and white, and you're not missing any of them. Your lips are like a scarlet cord, and your mouth is lovely. Behind your veil, your brow is like a slice of pomegranate. I guess pomegranate looked nice. It was good. I mean, eyes like doves. I mean, he's telling her. This guy is telling his wife how awesome she is. Your neck is like the Tower of David, constructed of many a big neck. I don't know. Right here. Your breasts are like two fawns, twins of a gazelle that feed among the lilies. Until the day breaks and the shadows flee, I will make my way to the mountain of myrrh and the hill of frankincense. You are absolutely beautiful, my darling. There's no imperfection. He's telling her how nice she looks, and he compliments her breasts. Yep. Tell her how nice her eyes is, how nice her mouth and her teeth are, how nice her neck is, how nice her breasts are. I guess if you keep going down, you get to her belly. I think eventually where was it at? 7:30 right there. Let's look. How beautiful are your sandaled feet, princess. The curves of your thighs are like jewelry, the handiwork of a master. Your navel is a rounded bowl that never lacks mixed wine. So you got now he starts at the feet. His feet, sandaled feet. Your thighs are like jewelry. Jewelry is very pretty. Your navel, a rounded bowl. Is he calling her fat? No, I think fruitful. Around it never lacks mixed plenty of wine. It makes me happy. You know, I mean, this is weird to us. I know, but this is how they okay. Your belly is a mound of wheat surrounded by lilies. Your breasts are like two fawns, like the twins of a gazelle. That's what he said about him last time. Your neck is like a tower of ivory, your eyes like pools in Heshbon by Bath Rabban's gate. Your eyes are like those two ponds over in that fancy place in the middle of Houston, Texas. Like what? That's weird. My wife would be like, BJ, you're off your rocker. But hey, back then this was like it's a good poetry. I don't know. Oh, I said, oh, look at this. Your stature is like a palm tree. Your breasts are clusters of fruit. What's okay? Your stature is like a palm tree. What's at the top? Well, the breasts aren't at the very top, the head, but at the top of a palm tree, there's fruit. And then at the very top, you got leaves. So I guess kind of, I said, I will climb the palm tree and take hold of its fruit. Yeah. Husband and wife, he's going to climb that tree. I listened to a Bible study or the Song of Solomon, and the guy goes, "You want to know what that means? I'll tell you what it means. It means what you think it means." And everybody in the congregation laughed. Right. Oh, look at this one here. I would find you in public and kiss you, and no one would score. Oh, okay, that's it. If only I could treat you like my brother, one who nursed at my mother's breasts. Right? Only I could treat you like my mother. Hmm. I would find you in public and kiss you, and no one would scorn me. Maybe they're not married yet. And he's saying, I really want to kiss you. We're not married just yet. I want to kiss you. I can't kiss him in public, right? But if you're my brother, I could. Hey, I could find you and kiss. That's kind of weird. I don't know. Song of Songs I've heard is kind of out of order, some of it. So maybe that's before they were married. Okay, we'll just go. Okay. Last one. I'm going to go Luke chapter 1. Oh, that's not it. Oh, I thought there was something else. There's some version There's another version of the Bible that uses breast, I believe, for protection. But right here, just to reinforce the idea, look, the days are coming when they will say, Blessed are the women without children. Blessed are women without children, the wombs that never bore, the breasts that never nursed. Breast, it's about nourishment. 23:29. I bet you anything this is about people dying. As they led him the way of the cross, as they led him away, they seized Simon, a Cyrenian who was coming from the country, and laid the cross on him to carry behind Jesus. I think, okay, as they led Jesus away, they see Simon. They laid the cross on Simon to carry it behind Jesus. I believe that's what this is saying. If we were to read all this and we would read the other four gospels, we would see that. A large crowd of people followed Jesus, including women who were mourning and lamenting him. But turning to them, Jesus said, Daughters of Jerusalem, do not weep for me, but weep for your children, you and your children. Look, the days are coming when they will say, Blessed are women without children, the wombs that never bore, and the breasts that never nursed. Then they will begin to say to the mountains, Fall on us, and the hills cover us. For if they do these things when the wood is green, what will happen when it is dry? Okay, if we can take what we've learned so far, the breasts that never nursed, blessed are women without children, the wombs that never bore. We didn't give birth to children, the breasts that never nursed. Because if you don't have children, you're not nursing your young. Why? Evidently, these are going to be hard days. They will begin to say, Mountains fall on us and hills cover us. Like we need to be protected. Or maybe like Job, I just want to die. If they do these things when the wood is green, what will happen when it is dry? Jesus is the green wood. What's going to happen when it's dry? I think Jesus here is saying, I believe, it's just going to get worse. They're persecuting me. Other parts of the gospel say they persecute Jesus. And then Jesus says, they're going to persecute y'all even worse. Jesus says the day is going to come when they think they, excuse me, when they think they are doing a duty to God by persecuting you, my disciples. Jesus says, expect persecution. Jesus tells these ladies here, hey, you're weeping for me who's going to a cross. The blessed are the people who don't have children. Why? Because those children are going to be persecuted big time. Followers of Jesus will be persecuted. Blessed and the breast that never nursed, Is Jesus literally saying he doesn't want to have children? No, it's like a proverb or a saying probably. But you can see, oh, breast. You can see. Okay, guys, I think that's good. We'll call that good for the day. Go look up more stuff about everything I've said here. I'm going to say breast, etc. Sounds like uh, a bad medical shop or something, you know. Baby pregnancy center, breast, etc. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next very basic Bible.